Door number 3. She's got it going on. You know, these practitioners are very intuitive. And I like that because I love game shows. I love game shows. Game shows give people an opportunity to go on and express and show who they really are and win. Usually, when people don't win, they're surprised because they go on expecting to win, right? Like, I'm going on this game show, I'm going to win, or here's what I want, and they expect to win. Imagine if we were to go through life that way. Imagine if we were, in fact, to pick door number 1, door number 2, door number 3, and really get what we wanted and have it open up, and we can see exactly what it is that we're getting. In a sense, we already have it that way, though. So let me tell you this, and I want to see show of hands based on what you think you would do. A super, super rich relative of yours, super rich, like money just falling out everywhere. So rich, doesn't even remember how many bank accounts are available. So rich that not even the grains of sand can outweigh how rich this relative of yours is. You think Super Lotto or the Powerball is rich, richer than Super Lotto or any one of those, okay? So this relative of yours leaves you an inheritance. Are you the person behind door number 1 who, A, have already received that money in mind and has spent it? You got plans for it. You already have received it in your mind. In your mind, you have it. You receive it. You're over here making plans on how you're going to spend it. Is that you, door number 1? Or maybe you're door number 2. I ain't wasting my time making plans. I'm going to wait for the check. I'm going to believe it when I see it. Show me the money, and then I'll make plans. Or are you the person behind door number 3 who says, I got the check already. Here it is, right here. But you know what? I'm not going to cash it. Not going to cash it. Not going to deposit it. Not going to cash it. Here's the check right here. I'm not going to use it. So, show of hands. Door number 1. Have accepted it mentally and already making plans to spend it. All right. Door number 2. I'm going to wait for that money. And then when I get it, I'm going to spend it. Okay? Door number 3. I got the check, but nah, I'm not going to use it. Okay? So, for those of you who haven't turned around to see what your neighbor said, most people voted for number 1. Then the next majority of people said door number 2, and 2 people said that they were door number 3. What if I were to tell you that everybody right here, right now, and those of you live streaming with me tonight are more like door number 3 people? Don't throw tomatoes at me now. Don't curse me out. Stop looking at me like that. What if I were to tell you, hey, you got the check already, but you're not cashing it. You're not doing a daggone thing with it. Yeah. You're number 3. You say you're number 1. You lie to yourself and say you're number 2. But y'all are acting like number 3s. And if it looks like a 3 and smells like a 3, it must be door number 3. And here's the why and how of it. Here's why I'm saying this in jest, but seriously taking a look at our lives, it has already been given. All has been given. God, Spirit, Source is not a God of withhold. We have it already. But it's like having that check and not cashing it in. It is indeed being filthy rich. It is indeed being healthy, knowledgeable, intelligent, having abundance of wisdom and power and joy and harmony, and just kind of going, I'm going to just leave it right there in the drawer. I'm not going to cash it. I could be happy beyond all measures, but nah, that's okay. I'll settle for this mediocrity right here. It could be, hey, I can be as healthy as I possibly can, but no, I'll just settle for the flu. What we're saying, in effect, by our actions and our daily living is, I have this check, but I'm not going to use it. When in fact, most of us have raised our hands for door number 1 or door number 2. Most of us fantasize or dream about having it, being it, using it. But we haven't realized it to the degree in which we've demonstrated it in our lives sufficient to really enjoy it. Or we sit back kind of saying, well, if it's going to come to me, it's going to come to me, I'll wait. I'll wait to have it, to then enjoy it. You know, Ernest Holmes talks about there's one power, one presence, one life, and that life is God. That life is perfect, and that life is my life now. Meaning that I am that which thou art, and thou art that which I am. That there's nothing, no thing that separates our life from the life that God is. That we are indeed God made manifest, God incarnate as this human experience. So that which is true of God is true of us. And yet, when it comes to choices and comes to really choosing and following through with that choice by making a decision, we tend to do something different. We tend to follow status quo. We tend to, stay in mediocrity, right? As I was preparing earlier, Sonny and I were talking, I'm like, what are some of those sayings that we need to get rid of in our life so that we can stop being receivers of this check and just not cashing it in? What are some of the things that we have believed so deeply? Some of the beliefs that we're so steeped in, like, we're just like in it. Okay, I'm stuck in this belief right here, and I'm really proud of it. Yes, it's not serving me, and I'm not getting what I really want or enjoying the freedom that's already mine, but I'm here, and it's my belief. Some of those things like, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. See, I didn't answer that. Y'all did. Y'all steeped in that one. Right? Less is more. No, less is less. But people would have us believe that less is more. Because they're settling for mediocrity, but they want you to think that you're living this lavish life and less is more. You've seen the commercials. Too rich for my blood. I love this one. Champagne tastes, but beer money. beer money. Yeah. You have champagne taste, but you got beer money. You can only afford some beer, but you got champagne taste. We begin to, I didn't make these up. Oh, you work for a nonprofit? You must be broke. Or, my mama used to say this one all the time. Money don't grow on trees. Who do you think I'm married to? Rockefeller? Young people don't know who Rockefeller is. Only us old folks know who Rockefeller is. Rockefeller, right? Sky's the limit. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. But these are the things that we have bought into to keep us limited, to keep us thinking that we could never amount to anything, or that we can't have or enjoy the freedom that has already been given to us. It's already who and what we are. If I have an apple tree, what kind of fruit is the apple tree going to give me? Apples. It's not going to give me peaches or strawberries or tomatoes. It's going to give me apples because it's an apple tree. And so it is with our life. That our life is that life that God is. God can't help but create perfection and can't help to make manifest in all creation everything that it is. Therefore, the eternal life that God is, I am. The abundance, the love, the joy, the peace that God is already exists within me, but it is to the degree in which I accept it that I make it manifest, that it demonstrates in my life. I certainly love people from Missouri. And even though I've said, we have to see it in here and then make it manifest here. But it's show me what your statement of life is. Show me through the demonstrations of your life what it is that you really believe, what it is that you have really accepted. It's okay to fantasize about what you're going to do with all the money. But if you have the check in your hand, and you don't do anything with it, it's simply talk. It's like being in a dark room and people professing that there's this thing called light. And when the light is activated, we could see each other. Because right now in the dark, we can't see anything. But nobody's getting up to actually go over to the light switch and turn it on or pull the string or crank it up, whatever. It's talking about it, but not taking the action. And see, the action for us is the same thing, our spiritual practice. Are we busy entertaining? If it's too good to be true, then it's too good to be true. If it sounds too good to be true, it must be too good to be true. Are we entertaining these thoughts of mediocrity? Or are we saying, no, here's my truth, and focusing in on our truth, meditating on it, doing our prayer treatments on it, recognizing it, instilling and removing from the content of our consciousness that which is not the truth, and replacing it with that which is the truth. You see, it's up to you. Just like Ernest Holmes' book says, it's up to you. This is the me month where we get to focus on me. What is it that I'm doing for my spiritual health and well-being? I have this check here, and I'm not cashing it. I have this check. It has already been given. And I am accepting it, or I'm not accepting it. So what is it that we really want? What do you want to experience in your life? What do you want to demonstrate in your life? At the end of the day, when you put your head on your pillow and you review your day and kind of go, wow, are you saying, today sucked? Or are you saying, what a glorious day? I met with my friends, I took a walk, I ate healthy food, they were vibrant and colorful. There was enough money to spare and to share and to treat a friend to breakfast or lunch. I put in a good day's work today. I feel good about my production. I said hello to a neighbor. I pet my neighbor's dog. What are you saying at the end of your day that brings you joy, and that as you reflect upon your day, you can say, here's what has demonstrated in my life. Look how great my life is. Because again, we are acting like the person behind door number 3, when indeed we could actually be and embody the one who says, here it is, and I'm using it. I deposited it, I cashed it. Look, here, I'm redistributing, I'm enjoying. And it's not just about money, but it's about our health, our well-being. It's about joy and abundance and love. It's already been given. It's right here. It's right here. So to the degree in which I accept it and realize it, make it made manifest and demonstrate it, that's to the degree to which I get to enjoy it all. Otherwise, it's just a piece of paper. Otherwise, it's just a piece of paper. Otherwise, it's just a thought. It's just a fantasy. Here's another thing that Ernest Holmes said. Let me think. I think it's on page 55 of his book right here. And I said, oh, gosh, I got to read this. Because if I say it, it's going to come out all chueco. But where is it? I wrote it down. Thought it was on page 55. Here it is. Okay. If you're sensitive to 4-letter words, Ernest Holmes wrote a few. Cover your ears. Allison, the girls, they could hear it. There, that's good. It said, you must. There's that 4-letter word. You must be determined to intelligently, with as much emotion and feeling as possible, realize your own inherent, eternal, and never-changing being. You must be determined to intelligently, with as much emotion and feeling as possible, realize your own inherent, eternal, and never-changing being. That's usually the stuff they say about God. God is eternal, never-changing. You must realize that that's who you are. Must. 4-letter word. Have to. Gotta do it. How? How do you do it? Your spiritual practice, your dedication to knowing this truth. It's up to you. It's up to you. You must know that the very same pure intelligence, which is the volition and the will of the universe, is incarnated in us right now. That same volition, that same intelligence, that same pure intelligence is incarnated as you right now. Whoa. A little mind-blowing, huh? But we must realize it in order to live this life of freedom. to live this life of joy, to live our full potentiality. Because it's already given. It's already who and what we are. It is already who and what we are. The apple tree could only bear apples. God can only make and create through some act of involution, can only create more God. God can only create more God. Hello? Dr. O.C. Smith used to say, is this the English-speaking group? Hello? God could only create more God. Whoa. So to the degree in which I accept that I am the way God shows up on this planet, and that the same love, joy, peace, harmony, abundance, intelligence, I'm using the same mind because it's one mind, and I can create from that because it's already given. It's already mine. But I'm acting like, here's a check. I'm just going to put this check down, and maybe something will happen. Maybe it'll come to me. I'll just spend it in my mind. Ooh. I'm in Rome. Oh, Africa. The Philippines. No! Cash that bad boy. Rush to the bank. Hurry up to your meditation cushion. Get in your prayer poses. Hurry. Realize it. Manifest it. Demonstrate it. Yea, if though I be lifted up, I shall draw all others unto me. The more we begin to accept our good, the more others definitely begin to see, wow, she got new pep in her step. Or look at what he's driving. Or wow, that relationship sure is flourishing. I thought it was circling the drain just a few months ago. What are they doing new? They are rushing to their spiritual bank account and investing time in their meditation, in their prayer, in their visioning, in their visualization, in whatever it takes, whatever activity brings them joy. They're investing time and energy so that they might know the truth for themselves, so that they might know that God could only create more God, more of itself, cannot create anything unlike itself. The apple tree cannot produce peaches. It is against the natural law. And the same is true for us. It is our truth that we are it. Do not be confused. Do not let the world of effects trick you or fool you into thinking, I'm just in this little human body. I'm limited. No. We're in these great human bodies that do amazing things. There are organs and systems in place that don't need you to keep them going. Your lungs and your heart are beating, and you're not even conscious of it. There's a divine order in place, and the more and more we stay in flow and connected to it, the more we realize our good, the more we demonstrate who we really are. It is not blasphemy to say, when you see me, you see God, because I am the expression of the Almighty right here, right now. Right here, right now. And God is expressing beautifully and magnificently as each and every one of us. God is no less in one than in the other. God is fully given of itself that we might enjoy this life in this divine humanity, in this divine human body, that we might realize our good, that we might live fully from this place of peace, of abundance, of wholeness, of clarity, of beauty, and divine creativity. God is right where you are, and there's nothing, no thing that can separate you from that life that God is. It is impossible. It is an impossibility. So wake up. Wake up. We don't want door number 3. We don't want any of those doors. We want to demonstrate our good. We want to go and win. We are winners. That's who we are. We want to bathe in that consciousness. We want to bask in the sunlight of the Spirit and know who we really are. We don't want to settle for mediocrity anymore. We don't have a mediocre God. I love that saying. Don't tell God how big your problems are. Tell your problems how big your God is. Come on now. God is expressing beautifully as each and every one of us. So go forth. Go forth. Erasing those things, that status quo thinking, and embracing the truth of who we are. Get involved in the classes. Call each other up and give each other affirmations that are uplifting. Take your time in your prayer and meditation work, in your visioning work. Look around you and look at what no longer serves you. Get rid of it. Don't worry that, if I let go of this, then I'm not going to have. Let it go. Fear is simply faith in something that opposes good. Hear me now. Fear is simply faith in something that opposes good. That's what fear is. I'm going to serve fear? No. I'm going to serve good. There's only good. There's only good. There's only life. There's only abundance. There's only love and creativity. And so that's where we put our focus. That's where we want to dedicate our time to, because it is up to you. My prayer and meditation time, yes, it benefits because I get to speak about it, right? I get to talk about it and share it with you. But it's only going to help to a certain degree. It's up to you to have your own practice, to anchor yourself in that truth, to clear away the stuff that no longer serves you, the lies, to clean up these hidden beliefs that act as a law unto your life. And even years of the work will uncover some of those really deep, deep beliefs that we've had that still act as a law. They remind me of like these hidden bones that dogs, dog will dig up and dig, and hide it so well, it's like he'll never find that one again. And that's what some of my stuff feels like, these hidden beliefs. It's like, whoa, when did I put that there? When we dig it up and be like, wow, that's been acting as a law unto my life. That right there, that bone has been keeping me small and little, has been keeping me living in mediocrity. But it's up to us as we do our personal work, as we do our spiritual work. It's like tilling the soil and uncovering all those bones that we've put there that no longer feed us, that are not the truth, that have never been the truth of who we are. So we're going to practice by going into meditation, by going into a few minutes of silence, to just begin to anchor into our awareness and into our consciousness that which is true of our life. And that is that there's only one life. There's one life. And that life is that life that God is. And that life is magnificent and glorious. It is harmony and clarity and abundance and balance and joy. It is love and peace and power. It is wholeness. It is wisdom and truth. And this life that is that life that God is has created everything out of itself. Therefore, everything, all of creation, possesses the same truth It's already been given. It's bigger than the gift that our super rich relative left us as an inheritance. It's even bigger than that. For it is life itself. We are that life incarnated here in this divine human body. And God is expressing beautifully and magnificently as each and every one of us. And there's nothing, no thing that separates our life from the life that God is. We are participating fully in the one in all these ways. And so we simply just take a few minutes in the silence to anchor in this truth, to recognize the oneness and the wholeness, the abundance, the love, the joy, the peace that is our very life. We no longer have to ask for it, to beseech, to pray to something outside of ourselves. We simply need to realize that it is already ours and accept it. So we realize and accept. Realize that we are love and accept love. Realize that we are joy and accept the joy. Realize that we are abundance and we accept that abundance. And peace and power. All that God is, we are.